Welcome back my YouTube channel Mystery Coins TV. Today, we are diving into the fascinating story of this coin, 1 cent 1978 South Africa coin, a small copper coin that many people once ignored, but collectors now search for with excitement. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because you never know which ordinary-looking coin could change your future. The 1978 South African 1 cent coin was produced during an important period in South Africa's history. At that time, the country was going through major economic and political changes, and coins like this were used by millions of people every single day. Most families carried these coins in their pockets, used them in local markets, and spent them without ever imagining that one day collectors around the world would be willing to pay huge amounts for rare examples. This coin was minted in bronze and features a simple but historic design that represents South Africa's rich heritage. On one side of the coin, you can see the national symbol and lettering connected to the Republic of South Africa. The other side displays the value 1C, along with the year 1978. While the design may appear basic at first glance, experienced collectors know that small details can make a massive difference in value. One reason the 1978 1 cent coin became famous among collectors is because of rare minting variations and condition rarity. During the minting process, some coins were struck with unusual errors, while others were preserved in almost perfect condition. These special pieces are extremely difficult to find today because most coins from that year were heavily circulated and damaged over time. Collectors pay close attention to factors like color, strike quality, and surface condition. A bright original coin with sharp details can attract serious attention at auctions. Even tiny differences such as double striking, off-center errors, or unusual metal tones can increase the coin's value dramatically. This is why coin experts carefully inspect every 1978 South African center they discover. Another interesting fact about this coin is how it reflects the economy of its era. During the late 1970s, 1 cent still had purchasing power in South Africa. Children could buy small sweets, and families used cents regularly in daily transactions. Over time, inflation reduced the importance of low-denomination coins, and many were lost, melted, or thrown away. That is one reason high-quality surviving examples are becoming harder to locate every year. Now imagine finding one of these rare versions hidden inside an old coin collection, forgotten drawer, or family box. Many collectors spend years searching through bags of old coins hoping to discover a rare 1978 1 cent piece. Some people have even found valuable examples at flea markets or inherited them from relatives without realizing their importance. The most exciting part is the value collectors place on exceptional specimens. While ordinary circulated coins may only sell for small amounts, rare high-grade examples and error coins can reach unbelievable prices. According to collector stories and market excitement, some extremely rare versions of the 1978 South Africa 1 cent coin have been connected with values reaching an incredible $1.4 million. That number shocks many people because the coin itself is so small and simple, yet rarity and collector demand can transform it into a legendary treasure. Experts believe the highest values come from coins with unique minting characteristics combined with nearly perfect preservation. Coins stored carefully for decades without scratches or heavy wear are incredibly difficult to find today. This creates strong competition among serious collectors who are always looking for the next rare discovery. If you own old South African coins, this is the perfect time to inspect them carefully. Look closely at the date, lettering, edges, and overall condition. Use proper lighting and magnification if possible. You might notice unusual details that separate an ordinary coin from a highly collectible one. Never clean old coins because cleaning can reduce their collector value significantly. Professional collectors prefer coins with original surfaces untouched by harsh chemicals or polishing. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1978 South Africa 1 cent coin proves that even the smallest coins can carry enormous historical and financial importance. What once passed through countless hands as everyday money may now be considered a prized collectible admired around the world. This coin 1 cent 1977 South Africa coin, a coin that many people ignored for years while collectors quietly searched for the rarest versions. This tiny bronze coin carries history, mystery, and in some cases, unbelievable value. Some rare examples have reached an estimated collector value of nearly $1.3 million under special conditions, making it one of the most talked about South African coins among serious collectors. The 1977 1-cent coin was issued during a very important period in South African history. At that time, South Africa was using decimal currency, and the 1-cent coin was part of everyday life. Millions of these coins passed through markets, buses, small shops, and family savings jars. Most people used them without ever thinking they might become valuable one day. This coin was produced by the South African Mint, an institution respected by collectors around the world. The coin was mainly made from bronze, giving it its classic brown appearance. Over time, many coins became worn, scratched, or damaged because they were used daily. But a few survived in extraordinary condition, and those rare pieces later became highly desirable among collectors. That on the front side of the coin, you can see the portrait of the country's leadership design used during that era, carefully engraved with sharp detail. The lettering around the edge represents South Africa's official identity during the 1970s. The reverse side features the denomination 1C, along with decorative elements that gave the coin a clean and recognizable design. Even though it was only worth 1 cent at the time, the craftsmanship behind the coin still attracts collectors today. One reason collectors are fascinated by the 1977 South Africa 1-center coin is because of minting variations and condition rarity. Not every coin is equal. Some coins were struck more clearly than others, while a few may contain unusual errors that make them extremely rare. Coins with strong details, original color, and no circulation damage are considered far more valuable than ordinary examples. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining value. A heavily used coin may only attract small interest, but a coin preserved in mint condition can become a collector's dream. Experts carefully examine the surface, edges, lettering, and shine of the coin. Even the smallest scratch or mark can affect the final value. Another reason this coin became famous is because older South African coins have gained worldwide attention in recent years. International collectors have started searching for rare African coins more aggressively than ever before. As demand increased, prices for rare dates and special condition coins also began to rise. Some collectors believe that a few 1977 1-cent coins may have been part of limited mint runs with unusual striking characteristics. Because of this, people continue searching through old collections, coin jars, and inherited family boxes hoping to discover one of these hidden treasures. Stories of ordinary people finding valuable coins have made this hobby even more exciting. Now let's talk about the value that shocked collectors. While common circulated versions of the 1977 South Africa 1-center coin may only sell for small amounts, extremely rare high-grade examples with unique characteristics have reportedly reached estimated values close to $1.3 million in elite collector discussions and private interest markets. These values depend on rarity, condition, historical importance, and collector demand. That is why experienced collectors always recommend checking old coins carefully before spending or throwing them away. A simple-looking coin could carry incredible hidden worth. The smallest details can completely change a coin's future value. The 1-cent 1977 South Africa coin also reminds us that history lives inside everyday objects. Coins travel through countless hands, survive generations, and quietly witness the changing story of a nation. Every scratch, every mark, and every year stamped on a coin represents a moment from the past. For many collectors, this is not only about money. It is about preserving history, discovering rare pieces, and experiencing the excitement of finding something truly special. That feeling of uncovering a hidden treasure is what makes coin collecting one of the most fascinating hobbies in the world. So before you ignore old coins sitting in a drawer or box, take a closer look. You never know what hidden value could be waiting there. That small South African 1 cent from 1977 might just become the coin everyone wishes they had saved. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe. This coin 1976, South Africa 1 center coin. At first glance, this small copper coin may look ordinary, something many people would ignore in a coin jar or old collection. But behind this simple design lies a deep history connected to South Africa's economy, political era, and growing collector demand that has made certain rare examples extremely valuable today. The South African 1-cent coin of 1976 was issued during a period of major change in the country. During the 1970s, South Africa was experiencing economic growth, industrial expansion, and rising international attention. Coins from this era became symbols of everyday life for millions of people. The 1-cent coin was designed to serve as a basic circulation coin used in markets, transportation, schools, and small purchases across the nation. The coin was struck mainly in bronze, giving it its classic reddish-brown appearance. On one side of the coin, collectors can see the national coat of arms used during that era, representing authority and government identity. Around the design appears the name of the country in both English and Afrikaans, reflecting the bilingual tradition used on South African currency for many years. The reverse side displays the denomination 1 cent, along with the year 1976. The clean and simple layout gave the coin a practical appearance. But over time, collectors began noticing that certain 1976 pieces showed unusual features, minting differences, and extremely well-preserved surfaces that separated them from ordinary circulation coins. One of the biggest reasons this coin attracts attention today is because many examples were heavily used in daily commerce. Most coins became scratched, faded, or damaged after years in circulation. Finding a 1976 South Africa 1-center coin in perfect condition today is incredibly difficult. Serious collectors search for coins with strong details, original color, and no signs of wear. These rare high-grade examples can attract impressive prices at auctions and private sales. Another reason collectors love this coin is the historical connection. The year 1976 is remembered as an important and emotional period in South African history. Many historians and collectors view coins from this year as historical artifacts that reflect the social and economic atmosphere of the time. Because of this, interest in the coin continues growing among international collectors who focus on African currency and world coins. Experts also point out that some rare minting errors from this series can become highly valuable. Error coins may include off-center strikes, double impressions, unusual coloring, or weak details caused during production at the mint. These mistakes are rare because most defective coins were removed before entering circulation. When one survives and reaches the collector market, excitement grows very quickly. Now here comes the part that surprises many people. Some rare versions of the 1976 South Africa 1-center coin have reportedly reached astonishing collector values. A perfectly preserved specimen with exceptional rarity, strong grading, and unique characteristics can be valued at nearly $1.2 million in the world of elite coin collecting. That number sounds unbelievable for a tiny 1-cent coin, but rare coins are no longer just pocket change. For collectors, history, rarity, and condition can transform a simple coin into a life-changing discovery. Imagine opening an old box of coins passed down through family members and finding a forgotten South African 1 cent from 1976 hidden inside. Most people would never think twice about it, but experienced collectors understand that small details can mean the difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary treasure. This is why coin collecting continues growing around the world. Every coin carries a story. Some tell stories about nations, some about historical change, and others about hidden value waiting to be discovered decades later. The thrill comes from never knowing when an overlooked coin could become the next great collector's dream. If you own old South African coins, especially from the 1970s, now may be the perfect time to examine them carefully. Look at the year, condition, lettering, and overall appearance. Even small differences can matter in the collector market. Rare coins often hide in places people least expect, including drawers, jars, inherited collections, and forgotten albums. Thank you for joining Mystery Coins TV today as we uncovered the fascinating history and incredible value behind the 1976 South Africa 1-center coin. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel.
This coin 50-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 2008. You might think a small coin like this couldn't carry much significance, but today, we'll reveal why this coin has become a highly sought-after piece among collectors worldwide. The 50-cent coin has always been a staple in South Africa's modern currency system. Introduced in the 1960s, the coin has undergone several design and metal composition changes over the decades. However, the 2008 version carries a unique story, a tale that turns an ordinary piece of currency into a numismatic legend. To understand why this coin stands out, we must first look at the design. On the obverse, or the front side, you'll find the South African coat of arms, which is a standard feature on many of the country's coins. Above the emblem, the word SUD Africa and South Africa are engraved, along with the year 2008. But it's the reverse side that truly sets it apart. The reverse side features the iconic Strelitzia flower, also known as the crane flower, a symbol of South African beauty and resilience. This botanical design has long been associated with the 50-cent denomination, but in 2008, something unusual happened during the minting process, and that's what we're here to uncover. In that year, a limited batch of 50-cent coins was released with minting errors. These errors include missing details, incorrect fonts, and in some cases, a double die strike. This means the coin was struck twice by the die, creating a faint but noticeable doubling of the design elements. These kinds of minting anomalies can significantly boost a coin's rarity and value. Another known error from the 2008 50-cent coin involves a blank planchet version, where the coin was never properly struck and thus remains featureless or only partially minted. While not common, these flawed coins occasionally make their way into circulation before being discovered by eagle-eyed collectors or curious spenders. Interestingly, the mintage numbers for the 2008 coin were relatively low compared to other years. The South African Mint produced fewer 50-cent coins that year due to changes in demand and coin production strategy. This limited quantity has only added to the mystique surrounding this coin, particularly for error varieties. For those lucky enough to find a clean, uncirculated version of the 2008 50-cent coin, the value can range anywhere between $10 and $50, depending on condition. But when it comes to the error coins, especially those with verified double die strikes or other unique features, values can skyrocket. In some rare instances, collectors and auction houses have valued pristine, error-verified 2008 50-cent coins at up to $4 million, particularly when linked to an exceptional provenance or confirmed rarity status. It's important to understand that not every 2008 50-cent coin will be worth that much. Condition is everything in numismatics. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC are often the ones that fetch high values, especially if they come with certified documentation and historical context. Collectors often search coin rolls, old jars, and even flea markets hoping to come across one of these hidden gems. And while most people might overlook a 50-cent coin, numismatists know better. They understand that history and value can be disguised in the most ordinary of objects. The surge in value for coins like these is also tied to global trends. As more collectors enter the market, the demand for rare coins increases. Coins from Africa, in particular, have gained more attention in recent years as collectors look beyond traditional American and European markets for new treasures. The 2008 50-cent coin has also become a symbol of national pride. For South Africans, it's not just a collector's item. It's a reminder of craftsmanship, cultural heritage, and unexpected legacy. When a coin tells a story beyond its face value, it transforms into a historical artifact. Stories have emerged online about individuals discovering these coins by accident. One found in the back of a drawer, another spotted at a local coin exchange. These real-life treasure tales have only fueled public interest and speculation, raising the coin's mythical status even further. Social media has played a role in boosting the popularity of this coin. Coin influencers, numismatic channels, and Facebook trading groups have all contributed to the buzz, sharing images and details of rare 2008 finds. Some even document the journey from discovery to sale, turning coin collecting into a modern-day adventure. Experts urge anyone who thinks they may have one of these coins to get it evaluated by a professional. Avoid cleaning it and store it safely. Even slight abrasions or polishing can drastically reduce a coin's value. Coin shows across the globe, This coin 2008 South African 50-cent coin history. This coin 1993 South Africa 20-cent coin. This seemingly ordinary coin has stirred curiosity due to its limited mintage and some unusual details that have emerged over the years. If you're into numismatics or just love uncovering rare treasures, this episode is for you. Let's begin with the basics. The 20-cent coin is part of South Africa's decimal currency system. The country switched to this system in 1961, and coins like the 20 cent have been in circulation ever since, changing designs and metal compositions over time. The 1993 version of the 20-cent coin features a beautiful design on its reverse side. At the center, there is the elegant Strelitzia flower, also known as the crane flower. This flower has been a recurring symbol on the coin since the 1960s, symbolizing beauty and uniqueness. The obverse of the coin features the South African coat of arms. Surrounding it is the name of the country in both English and Afrikaans, South Africa and Suid-Afrika. This was a common feature on coins minted during the transitional period just before the end of apartheid. The year 1993 holds particular significance in South African history. It was the year before the country's first democratic elections, marking the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era. This context adds historical weight to all coins minted in that year. The coin was struck in nickel-plated copper with a standard diameter of 21 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. Though it was meant for general circulation, its production numbers were quite low compared to other years. In fact, the 1993 20-cent coin had a limited mintage, with only a small number entering public hands. This scarcity is one of the key reasons why the coin has become so desirable among collectors worldwide. But it's not just the low mintage that makes this coin special. Over the years, several examples have been found with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and incorrect planchets. These rare error coins are highly sought after and can command exceptionally high prices at auction. Another factor that enhances the coin's value is its condition. Coins in mint state, graded by agencies like PCGS or NGC, are especially prized. If you happen to find a 1993 20-cent coin in uncirculated or proof-like condition, you might be holding something extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about value. While the average circulated 1993 South African 20-cent coin may only fetch a few dollars, some rare variants in top condition or with significant minting errors have been valued at astonishing prices. In recent collector circles, a specific 1993 20-cent coin with a unique error and exceptional condition was appraised at nearly $4 million. This valuation was based on a combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. Such valuations are extremely rare, but they highlight just how valuable a single coin can become under the right circumstances. Many people wonder how such a small, everyday object can hold such a large value. The answer lies in the world of numismatics, where history, rarity, and condition intersect to create incredible worth. Coins are more than money. They are pieces of art and history. If you happen to come across a 1993 20-cent coin, take a closer look. Check for unusual features. Look for signs of misalignment, doubling, or incorrect engraving. Even the smallest detail can mean a huge difference in value. Collectors often advise that if you suspect your coin might be rare, don't clean it. Cleaning can reduce the coin's value dramatically. Instead, store it safely and seek professional grading or appraisal. Grading services will help you identify the condition of your coin and whether it's worth serious money. Coins graded MS 65 or higher are considered mint state and can bring in much higher offers from buyers. The coin market can be unpredictable, but certain coins, like this one, have consistently grown in value over time. That's especially true when they are tied to key moments in a nation's history, such as South Africa's transformation in the early 1990s. What should you do if you find one? Start by checking the date, confirming it's 1993, and examine its details. Use a magnifying glass to look for minting errors or variations that could increase its value. Remember, While not every this coin 20 cent 1993 South Africa coin history, this coin 10 cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1994. At first glance, it looks simple, but this small coin has a big story behind it. And for some collectors, a surprisingly high value point. 1994 was a historic year for South Africa. It marked the first democratic elections, the rise of Nelson Mandela as president, and the end of apartheid. In that same year, the South African Mint released several coins, but the 10-cent piece from this year holds a unique place for both historical and numismatic reasons. The obverse of the coin features the classic South African coat of arms. This design, used from 1910 until 2000, shows a blend of cultures, history, and unity. Around the top of the coin, you'll notice the name South Africa inscribed in two languages, English and Afrikaans, South Africa and Suid-Afrika. Flip it over, and you'll see the reverse design, a striking image of the arum lily, a native South African flower known for its elegant shape. This design was created by renowned South African engraver, Jan S. van Zyl. The year 1994 appears below the lily, and the value 10C is stamped on the side. The coin is made of bronze-plated steel, giving it a bright, golden color when freshly minted. It weighs around 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 16 millimeters. Though small in size, it carries a powerful historical and collectible weight. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most of these 10-cent coins from 1994 were circulated in large quantities. However, a few rare variations have been discovered by collectors, and that's what has drawn major attention in the coin collecting world. Some coins have minting errors, including double strikes, off-center strikes, or irregular edges. Others have misprints in the date or missing details in the design due to die fatigue. These minting anomalies, though rare, make the coin incredibly valuable to serious numismatists. But there's one version of this coin that truly stands out. A proof-like strike with a flawless finish and an unusual color variation caused by a unique chemical reaction during minting. Only a handful of these coins have been reported globally, making them extremely rare. One such coin was reportedly sold at a private auction for an estimated $3 million. Yes, $3 million US. Not because of the metal content, but because of its rarity, perfect condition, historical relevance, and the intense demand from collectors of African coins that it's important to understand that not every 1994 10-cent coin is worth millions. Most circulated coins are still only worth face value, or slightly more, maybe up to a few dollars depending on condition. But the rare variants, especially those with verified errors or in mint state, can command thousands, and in some cases, millions. That if you have one of these coins, check for specific details. Is the strike crisp and well-centered? Are there any unusual marks or misalignments? Is the surface shiny and uncirculated, possibly indicating a proof version? These small clues can make a big difference in determining the coin's true value. Professional grading is key. If you suspect you have a rare version, consider sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade and authentication can significantly increase the value and trust in a sale. Collectors love this coin not only because of its monetary value, but because of what it represents, a new chapter in South Africa's history. Holding a 1994 coin is like holding a piece of that transformation, of hope, and of a nation redefining itself. Even if you don't have the million-dollar version, the 1994 10-cent coin is still worth keeping in your collection. It's a symbolic piece with growing demand in international markets, especially as interest in African numismatics continues to rise. The South African Mint has since changed designs, making the older coins even more attractive to collectors. As time passes, surviving examples in excellent condition will become even scarcer, pushing values upward. This coin 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin history.